will be choosing audience prize and they'll be getting some cash from Gaga Ulala. So what you can do actually is go to our page, 2076 Collective. Please naman, parang libre na yung sini. So may pa-soft drinks ata sa baba. So go to 2076 Collective, please like and maybe follow and go to the different films where they have their picture and the posters, and please heart react. So at the end of 10 p.m. kung sino pinakamaraming reaction, at saka you can also do it here by going back to registration and just note down kung ano yung pinakagusto nyo. I mean, top of mind lang. Hindi naman to, parang ano lang yung tumatak sa inyo. So, now I would like to call on the director, the filmmaker of Malisbong 50, Justin Polanco. And yes, Justin, congratulations. I would also like to call Manuel Garciliano. Maybe you can, we can talk to him about this. And Margo? Man? Alright. So, ayan muna. Bati ka muna. Congratulations.
And so, good afternoon po everyone. So, my name is Justin M. Polanco and I'm the director and writer of Malisbong 50.
Yeah. Any initial reactions each, please? Anything, top of mind.
I guess siguro sa lahat na, parang this is such a community that is needed right now. Kasi, ano ba, parang very refreshing yung ganito na walang, yung malinaw talaga na, kumbaga, di ba ano yung auteur, ganyan. Ito nakikita ko, auteur silang lahat, na may sarili silang boses,
Yeah,
na hindi pa siya, and I hope hindi pa ma-adulterate ng gagamitin na yung big word, kapitalismo.
Exactly.
So, ayun, ang ganda ng ganitong tawag dito, venue, and of course, endeavor from DJ Altarejo. And congrats sa lahat ng mga filmmakers sa kumbaga, ang lagi ko natatandaan is hindi kaya na isang tao lang ang babago ng sistema. Kailangan ito wave. At hindi lang to maski hindi ito actually galing sa sa progressive na narinig ko siya actually sa isang normal na film film person na lang from sa ibang bansa na hindi pwedeng isa lang. Hindi lang siya actually sa films. Nakita ko rin siya para sa lahat na hindi kaya ng isang tao lang, like isang sikat, bubuhatin na to yung Pilipinas, ganyan. No. True. Hindi siya, it's a false progress. Kailangan you get to pass on the fire to other people and magtutulong-tulungan kayo na yes, iyan nga. Ayun lang.
Salamat Manuel, balikan kita. Question for Manuel, you may
siguro magtatanong lang ako ulit kasi yung Malisbong Massacre, actually nung nakita ko yung film mo, first time ko lang siyang kasi ang mas massacre na yung mga Avija, yung mga pero siguro yung question ko, 1974 to nangyari, no? So saan mo to bukod dito, saan mo pa siya napalabas? Kasi ang concern ko talaga, yung mga viewings na gano'n, mainit to sa military kasi sundalo yung mga, di ba? So, na-red tag ka ba? Or ano?
Hindi pa naman. So, basically, napalabas na siya sa Cinema Rayon, 17. And then, in-invite din ako ni Miss Cara doon sa 11,103 sa documentary niya. Dito din siya ginanap. In-screen din yung Malisbong 50. And, saan ba ba? Sa Montañosa Film Festival. So, so far naman, wala pa naman akong parang natatanggap na mga threat for...
Okay. Thank you. Marina, you have a question? Revert.
Direk, I have no question. Gusto ko lang i-point out na I have always been parang advocating na gusto ko educate yung audience. But at the same time, ma-entertain sila. So, eto yun. Thank you for this.
Exactly. Side note lang, before we go back to kanina yung quarantine feelings, it borrowed elements from melodrama. It was really melodramatic. I cried. Alam mo, pinaiiyak ka. Pero see, pwede naman pala mga taga-GMA, pusan. Pwede naman pala melodrama, no? Na hindi lang pwedeng yung, yung si kumpare ang inaano ni kumare. No? I mean, you can use melodrama, narrative. Pero yung may laman, yung may sinasabi, pag-usapan nila yung hirap ng buhay, yung presyo sa palengke, yung ganyan, yung quarantine. But anyway, sinasabi kasi nila, Justin, na parang yung mga bata ngayon, dahil napakalayo na kunyari ng 70s, no, ng martial law, parang nakakalimot. Nakakalimot ba yung mga bata? Pero sa case mo, obviously hindi. Pero tingin mo in general, with your peers.
I mean, siguro, dahil nga may social media na, like doon, napapakita na ako ano nga ba talaga yung totoong nangyari during the martial law. And I know that the social media, it has an advantage din talaga. And napapakita talaga kung ano nga ba yung katotohanan. Kasi nung ginagawa ko tong script na to, nag-start to doon sa sa conversation ko with my lolo. Every time na may discussion kami yung lolo ko, lagi niya sinasabi na yung martial law, it is very peaceful, very mababa lang yung crime rate, and also alam mo yun, very disiplinado yung mga tao. But nung ayun nga, nag-aral ako sa PUP, doon ako namulat kung ano nga ba talaga yung katotohanan sa martial law, and doon ko na-realize na it's very chaotic, kung saan ang dami natotorture. Yeah, and namamatay, nawawala. And then, ang dami ding massacre na nangyari. And it leads to dito nga sa Palimbang massacre dito sa Sultan Kudarat. And imagine, 1974 nangyari to, but na-document to noong 2018 doon sa Commission on Human Rights. So imagine how many years na yon. And, ayun, kaya siya nangyari is that yung mga tao, yung mga naka-experience nun is very, traumatic. Like every day they're having a nightmare. They're experiencing they're trembling, ganon. And nung 2018, doon lang siya naglakas loob na parang ikwento to. Kasi nung ginagawa ko rin to at the same time, nagtanong-tanong sa mga kaibigan and some friends ko from Luzon and sa Mindanao, especially dito sa Malisbong, sa barangay Malisbong. And then, hindi din nila alam na totoong nangyari to. Ang sinabi lang nila na naririnig lang nila to sa lolo at lola nila. And at the same time, parang ang nangyari is chismis lang yung etong massacre na to. So me, as a filmmaker, nung nahanap ko na yung boses ko talaga na I'm into human rights, I want to represent the marginalized sectors. I want to use this platform talaga, not just to entertain, but also to give voices, yung mga naapektuhan talaga, especially ng sistema natin.
Salamat. Merong tanong si Sir.
Thank you for the organizers of this forum. I just want to ask, your basis is historical. What happened around 50 or so years ago? Why did you choose this particular moment of history in order to present your particular perspective? I remember also that somehow Marawi figured during the term of the former president. May I know your particular stand on this? Thank you.
Why this particular point in our history na?
So, ayun, ang hirap ng question. So, ayun, anyway, parang nagdi-defense. Anyway, so for me, ayun nga, while doing the script kasi talaga, kinonsider ko talaga na I need to be sensitive about it. Kasi I'm from Laguna and I don't know ano nga ba talaga nangyari sa Sultan Kudarat. But yeah, I make sure na I do an extensive research about this. Like in-immerse ko talaga yung sarili ko. Like nanood ako ng maraming documentary about sa massacre na to. Nag-read ako ng maraming articles just to, represent this in an accurate way. Kasi syempre, ayoko rin na, alam mo yun, na basta-basta lang to. It is well-researched talaga. And, ayun, ang pinakamahirap dito is naghanap din talaga ako na may interview doon sa sa Mindanao. And talagang nag-message ako doon sa Facebook. Naghanap talaga ako ng magiging case study ko. And nagtanong-tanong din talaga ako kung ano nga ba talaga yung totoong nangyari, just to immerse myself. Kasi syempre ang pelikula, it has a powerful tool, di ba?
Yeah.
Change nito yung perspective and yung mind ng mga tao. That's why I'm very sensitive with this kind of project.
Thank you very much. And for the last time, I would just like to ask you, just one sentence, what do you want to say about your film? What does the film want to say?
So, my narrative, I want to build an empathy and understanding and a dedication to justice.
Thank you very much. Magkakaroon po tayo ng break.